I just looked at Detour. It is a film noir from 1945, and this one was interesting. It's not a well-made movie. There are a lot of faults with it. Things like cars driving on the wrong side of the road because they flip the negatives, and the version I have was off a DVD. It is in the public domain. I should have looked at the Hulu version, but I didn't realize it until it was too late. But the DVD version I had had just weird jumps where there was a couple frames missing, and just bits where it didn't look like the film quality was very good. The negatives they used were very good. But as far as the story goes, it's simple. It's almost cliche, and all the dialogue felt really cliche too. It follows the story of a guy named Al who's hitchhiking from New York to LA to go visit his girlfriend, and along the way one of the drivers that he hitchhikes with just dies in the passenger seat of the car. And he picks up a woman. He takes his identity because he figures it's my only option. The police will get me if I don't, and I'll be charged for murder even though I didn't do it. So he takes his identity and he picks up a woman who recognizes that he's not Haskell, he's not the dead man. And so she basically holds him hostage until Haskell's dad dies so they can get the inheritance. And through a wacky misunderstanding, he accidentally kills her. And then at the end of the movie, he's picked up by the police. It's not a tough story to understand, and it's not like anything groundbreaking. But what I found interesting is the narration. Al is narrating the whole thing, his whole story, but it felt more like he was trying to get us to believe the story, and not that he was telling the story as it happened. It felt almost like he is saying this on a witness stand, and we're the jury, and we're to decide, is his account of the events true, or did something else happen? And it was really intriguing watching the movie with this kind of unreliable narrator. But yeah, the only thing that was really intriguing about it, though, was that there wasn't a whole lot there. A lot of the movie just takes place in the front seat of a car or in a small apartment. I read they shot it in about 6 days, which shows, and they had a very low budget, which shows. And the pacing was a little bit weird. There's a scene at the beginning where he's playing piano for 2 minutes, and then it's followed by a scene where he makes a long-distance phone call, and they show switchboard operators and wires and stuff, and that eats up more time. And the movie's only 68 minutes or something. It's not a long movie. So it was really weirdly paced, but at least it was short. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's easy to find, apparently, being in the public domain. But yeah, if you're really into film noir, I guess check it out. If it's not really your style, then this one's avoidable. Tomorrow I'm going to look at Monday Night Raw. And maybe also talk a little bit about the Oscars, because they're happening in a few hours as of this taping. So I may talk about them a little bit as well, or do a separate video. I haven't decided yet. But till then.